back to the official start
Oh.
of. You guys want to finish my sentence?
Oh, season
2 of Culture
You lot doing
Talk.
gang sides.
Yeah,
I
we're doing
was
gang.
busy, I was there focusing on that.
Busy on gang sides. But yeah, season 2 officially starts today. So let's go for it.
Yep.
This podcast is brought to you by
Culture. That is my marketing, content creation, and website development company. If you want any of those services, check the links in the
Bio.
description.
Description.
I was about to get back confused
Yeah,
about bio
yeah.
description. Or just search Buy Culture on all socials. And we also have House of Sheba.
Which is your one-stop shop for beauty, skincare, and hair care products, coming to the UK in 2019, hopefully. So check the descriptions for all of that.
Waiting,
As
Josh.
business goes, business as usual. But yeah.
Before we get into this episode, Josh has come with a peculiar item for us today.
Oh yeah, you lot need to try. You lot ain't even ready. Spicy Skittles.
That's it.
If you lot don't know about this,
Bro,
they're
you're living
low
that
key.
student lifestyle
They're
still.
low key
You know when
flames.
you buy random snacks?
Nah. These aren't random
This is what
snacks.
happens when you buy random snacks.
These are acquired
Because
taste.
you were just bored.
This is an acquired taste.
This is what happens when you start doing masters.
If you know, yeah, for real. No, yo, check my bank balance, man. You don't even know.
Does it balance though?
It does the cash flow. That does the balance sheet balance. Does it balance? It doesn't balance.
All right, so today we wanted to talk about, what is the episode? It's what is life?
Yeah.
What is your purpose? And is university fulfilling that?
Yeah.
So it's quite a deep one.
It's a
Start off season 2.
It's a deep start. I'd say, wait, hold up. First of all, how are you lot then? Because I don't think people understand. No, I want to ask this because I see so many people at UCL who ask me what's going on with Culture Talk. Like, where are the other two? What are they doing? Like, have you seen them? What's next? Blah, 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 blah. So,
I haven't
like,
seen you, Josh.
yeah, I haven't seen you in a
chilling.
while.
In your Canada Square building.
Nah.
Yeah, you think you're better than everyone else now.
Not even.
You're in your little building.
Not even.
You're in your building. Just living your best life.
No, not gonna lie. I
you
see
left
you
us.
more at campus than at Canary Wharf, to be honest.
Yeah, you do. You see me at campus,
Yeah.
more than, because like after my lectures, typically I'll just go back just because it's on the way home. Most of the people on my course live near Canary Wharf, innit?
Yeah.
So
I'd say
I wish I could live
I'd
near
chill
Canary
there.
Wharf, but
chill there.
for reals.
Where have we been? I've been busy.
You've been busy.
Yeah, that's what I can say. That's all I can say is I've been busy.
Yeah.
Just busy. You know, the usual busy.
Yeah,
I mean, I
busy.
came and saw you at uni the other day.
Yeah.
I thought, you know
Thanks for
what?
the invite, guys.
He was just rolling
No,
through.
basically, what happened was I finished off here at Edgware
Yeah.
Road, and I was driving past uni, and I was going towards Kentish Town, and that's where our good friend Miz lives.
Correct. Yeah.
I'll tell you guys the address at the end of the video. So that's where Miz lives. So then I was like, wait, actually, Miz is usually at university, so let me call him.
Yeah.
And he's like, you picked up, pretending to be him.
Yeah.
And I started speaking Bengali, but I was like, wait.
I didn't know Bengali, so I was just sitting there.
So then you lot were like, you're in. So I was like, bro, I might as well roll through because I've just finished. I ain't seen you guys in ages. So yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. But it's such a weird dynamic not having you two there, because like I just think back to January, February times when like student center just chill, like not chilling, the opposite of chilling actually, but just every day
Sometimes
coming
chilling.
in. Sometimes
Are you sure
chilling.
about that? Opposite of chilling.
But every day coming in stressed, banging out.
I was really
banging
thinking
work.
about it the other day, as well.
Yeah,
I was like, because I have UCL on Instagram, and I always see pictures of like student center, main quad.
Yeah,
it just
man.
brings back all those memories of like.
You miss it.
I slightly do miss it.
Yeah, I miss.
At the same time, I don't.
Nah, to be honest, I know how much like work it was and how much we went through. I actually miss it full on.
Yeah,
like full on. I'd love to go back. Like that's how I am right now.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
blame
it's
you.
a different world. Like when you're in university, and then like when you go out of university, it's just very different.
Yeah,
it's like.
Uni can be a bubble, I think. Yeah,
it
can be quite a bubble.
Because it's like cool. You have your work to do. You have like your friends that you see in uni.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
You can see them outside uni.
Just the way you said it.
It's just a bubble.
Uni can be a bubble. No, but yeah, I fully like I've just missed it. Like, because I don't know. When you're at uni, I think I spoke to you about this. It's like you have so much like people around you constantly.
Yeah.
And like you meet your friends, and it's like it's a social environment. Even though you're there working hard and stuff, but when you leave university, it's like it's hard to make time to see your friends.
Yeah, you're a lone wolf.
I'm so bad at it as well, man. I keep talking to people from uni, And we're always like, oh, can we meet up? Can we do this? Can we do this? I'm like, yeah, cool. Next week, let's 100%, let's meet up. And then it comes to the next week, and the week's already finished. And I haven't like.
Yeah, well, for me, it's like I'd say next week. Yeah, I think I've done it with a podcast before as well. But then by the time that time comes around, something more important that I have to get done comes up, and it's like not like I don't put anyone else as importance. It's like something. It's like I have to.
You have to do it.
Like for instance, like the podcast we went to do last week, I said I can't. We have to do our taxes and our accounts, and I can't not do it. And there's a deadline for it. You know what I mean?
And it was easier to synchronize all of our schedules before because we all had the same schedule. We're all doing the same course at the same uni.
I wouldn't have to ask you or Bilal like where you guys going to be. I know you have these lectures.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd know straight away.
Yeah,
it was like cool. We have this gap, so we might as well just do an episode. In
exactly.
That time.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been the difficulty.
It's been hard, but we've tried. And another one is you obviously have access to UCL.
Yeah.
Me and Bilal don't.
Yeah.
So sometimes finding a place to film has not been easy. Yeah. So I think that's another one as well. It's like organising a place to film.
Yeah.
Whereas before we jump on, book it, and that's that.
Yeah.
Go and film.
So it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Yeah, but we're making it happen somehow. Like.
Yeah, we're making it happen. Yeah.
For me, man, I'm just tired all the time, bro.
Yeah, still.
Like even though the time went back,
even
last
after
night.
Uni.
No, the time went back last night, innit? And I still feel like I've slept less.
I know. I fully
Doesn't
know
make
what you
any
mean.
sense.
Doesn't make no sense.
I woke up at because it went back an hour, so I usually wake up at. I tried to wake up at 6.
Yeah.
And it said it was 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I'm starting my day. Then I go on Twitter because I'm like, updating myself in the morning, and it says the clocks went back.
That's on back.
I was
Yeah.
like, safe.
Played yourself.
Fully played
I
yourself.
was like, safe. I even started my day early, but yeah, I get what you mean. I was less tired at uni than I am now.
Yeah. You're less tired, and that's crazy because I'm still tired every day. So like I can't imagine post uni.
It's just the uni structure's
Yeah,
different.
Uni,
to like
different.
At uni, I had 10 times more energy than I have now.
That's mad.
Trust me,
That's mad.
Literally.
That's crazy.
That's like at uni, I had energy to do stuff even after my lectures in the evening.
Yeah.
This and that. But like now, it's like nah, bro. Once the day is done, I want to get into bed.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know what that feels. Well, I still know what that feels like, but I know it will be worse, which is kind of why like I was sort of like, do I want to go straight into like working life or not? So yeah, I guess I don't know.
Oh, do you want to
I was trying to yank his cable out in it. Dead his microphone.
Too aggressive.
Stop talking, Shuan.
Stop talking. But yeah, so yeah.
I want to ask because I've been interested because I'm quite jealous.
Why? Why are you jealous?
Because you're at Canary Wharf with the views.
I keep telling you, man, that I'm losing.
You were in a cloud the last time you posted.
Yeah, I was cloud.
You were in a
9.
cloud,
I
like
don't
fully.
care, bro. I see your stories and that, and I hear, but like you're going Canary Wharf, and I'm just there, like, bro. I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, how has like this? So obviously you were at campus before.
Yeah.
How has like this whole new Canary Wharf, even from the traveling there to just the whole atmosphere and how people are? How has it been like?
No, like one of the things I'm grateful for more than anything is the cohort. Like the class is so diverse and so collaborative in terms of like everybody wants to learn something. Everybody's trying to start a business or has a business idea, and everyone wants to learn the same skills. So everybody shares their ideas. We all when we go to class, we all ask questions that help each other. Like, we're literally there for each other. We organize events and stuff. So, like, it's a really good cohort, which is good. On top of that, the lecturers are crazy. I think when I mention to someone that I'm doing entrepreneurship, there's 2 thoughts I feel like that happen in that person's mind. One, they feel like it's going to be like The Apprentice or Shark Tank, where it's like, who's going to come out with the £250,000
every week?
Yeah, investment.
But like, before we can... Are you sure the wind's not getting picked up on the mic?
I'm pretty sure it's not getting picked up.
Because I can feel it in my ear whacking. So I don't know if
Mate, that's your ear, innit?
Sorry, carry on. That's why I'm just standing here like... So carry
on. So that's one train of thought. And then the other one is like entrepreneurship. That's a weird course to choose because it's very modern. It's probably like 5 or so years old.
Yeah.
And the good thing is all of the lecturers have run businesses or currently run businesses now. We have one lecturer, Chasso, that's a venture capitalist, so she's invested millions in companies. We have Simon, who's sold his companies before for £1 million and over. I think £3 million total, so he's run very successful companies. Mike, who's currently running like a dating company called Hopper. So like all of these lecturers
Mikey.
have tangible real life skills in running businesses, and blend theory and practice, which is cool because then I get to do differently from what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I get to practice, like do the theory, but also apply it straight away.
Like practice.
That's
I
so-
think that's the name,
yeah.
isn't it? It's theory and practice, no?
Yeah, that was the name of the
Yeah.
model we did. So like it's good because it's not solely, it doesn't feel solely academic, and that makes the masters a fun experience.
If you can utilize it properly,
Yeah.
you can essentially get your business.
Exactly, yeah,
Cool.
exactly. That is the thing. If you utilize it properly, and I feel like the way the class is, it makes me more ambitious to do that and to actually work on it. So yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Another thing is, from your stories and stuff, like
Yeah.
I think they're just they're just smart, don't they?
Yeah, they dress smarter. I still rock up to Canary Wharf
Yeah,
in
that's what I was gonna
tracksuits.
say. Stay true to
And
yourself.
I have to
'Cause I
represent.
saw in the start, I saw a lot of people like shirts on. And stuff.
People wear shirts, like.
I guess it's
blazers.
the area you're in. Imagine you're going to Canary Wharf in the morning for a lecture. And
No,
they're like,
not fully. Security looks at me like, listen, what ends are you from? mate? You don't look like
Don't
you.
watch
Yeah,
that.
you know, I like that.
you point the finger at boss man.
Yeah,
Man's
yeah.
making an app
I
that's gonna
flash the
change.
card. I'm like, check the ID pass, tap that in. What are you telling me?
Man's making an app that's gonna change your
Exactly,
life.
gonna change your life.
How is mine's not going?
So Mine's Mart is going well. So one of the modules we have is customer development and lean startup. So what that is it teaches you about the ways to research and how to conduct customer research in a proper way. So one of the things that we're learning is something called the mum's test, which is basically where if you ask your mum if
Oh, wait,
something,
I've heard of this.
you remember?
Yeah.
It was from Entrepreneurship Theory and Practice, actually.
Yeah, I remember this.
So
No,
it's like
don't lie.
if you ask your mum, You're saying you remember?
Yeah, dude.
I'll bring you to the exam innit?
Dead.
So it's basically like where if you ask your mum if something's a good idea, 9 times out of 10 she'll tell you yes because she loves you and she doesn't want to make you upset. But if you phrase questions in a certain manner, you can get a lot more information out of somebody and de-bias their judgment and opinions in it. And of course, when you're starting a business, that is what you want. You
It's
don't
vital.
want it's vital because you
It's
don't
actually about like survival of a business.
exactly.
Because if you just get people saying yes to you all the time, oh yes, that's a good idea. Yes, that's a
You
good
don't want
idea.
yes men.
For
around.
real.
Like you don't have someone telling you, wait, like this part or this aspect of your product or your service is
Yeah.
completely wrong.
Mhm.
Then you're gonna end up failing
Exactly
because
exactly
you haven't
that.
been told or informed on what you think is an amazing
Mhm.
idea. Someone else is gonna actually inform you that wait, there's a little hiccup in what you're doing, and you need to fix that.
Exactly that. So like that, this is what's interesting. Like you two have done the theory before, but also you're now practicing currently.
Yeah.
But I'm still learning and practicing. So like modules like that have helped, reframe the way I'm researching. So I'm trying to right now start my research basically and try hit the ground running with that. Yeah. So it's been
I
good.
still feel like I'm learning every day.
Yeah, that's what I was
Like
gonna say.
as an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
there's a lot of bumps in the road. There's a lot of walls that you're gonna have to go through or like climb over or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like, and one thing that I've been doing, I think Sean, you've been doing the same thing, is like going to talks
Yeah, I've got
and
2 tomorrow,
like-
actually.
too, man.
Mad.
I went to like one last week and one the week before, one for property and one for marketing.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you actually learn from someone or like hear someone that's speaking that's actually been in the industry for a long time that's been successful, it really puts you in the right direction. So in
Yeah.
that case, like when you're doing your masters, I feel like having those 3 lecturers
Yeah.
teaching you exactly what they've already been through
Exactly.
and like where you should be going in what direction, that kind of shows you what you really should be doing
Exactly.
to have a
Yeah.
successful business.
What's good is they're also in industry, because I think we had some courses last year that we had lecturers that weren't in, like they're just they learn it off a textbook to teach us.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
So I think
So
it's always
what?
valuable to have someone from industry there.
Exactly. That can actually tell you how it is,
Yeah.
not how it's written on paper. So yeah, it's been really good. It's been really interesting. Yeah.
How's your routine been?
Nah, kind of similar to third year, but better actually. Like I'd say from last week I've started to structure. Yeah, the one thing the lecturers have built into the module actually is ways to structure your business development. So they make sure like I'm doing forum posts to write out my plans for the week, what the problems are. And then, for example, tomorrow they've set up an event to teach us how to do research. And then they'll have check-ins with us every now and again to make sure like that we're keeping up to date. So like they help you also, because that's the thing about business, right? You have to be one step ahead,
Yeah.
and it needs to be
100%.
it needs to be a cycle, a cyclical thing. Like you need to keep working at your business. So yeah, that's what they're helping with. It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I was telling you the other days, for me, making a schedule or planning my day that's one thing I've been working on. I remember I told you about it in the car, and for me, I think because no one's setting my times, I don't do 9 to 5.
Yeah. Because
it's me setting my own times to work. I was fine at the start, like everything was just going. There was everything so new, so it's like interesting, doing it. Like I got to a point where I felt like I was.
Wow. You have one job.
Yeah, one job.
To sit there and talk. And all you do is break it.
Man's back was hurting, so he wanted
my back was Same. Yeah.
I don't know, some people call it a writer's block. You know, when you just like, when you come to a certain point where it's like,
yeah.
And I realized like my routine was so bad. Like I was out the door in the morning, or sometimes I'd sleep in by 11, 12. I was out the door. I was home by like 2 a.m. and it's like a repeated process like that.
Yeah.
So I've tried to like drill it into me now. It's like go to sleep at a good time. So try and get as much as done I can do throughout the day, and be in bed by like 11 and be up by 6.
Yeah, that's mad.
Every day, and I've been doing that, and I felt like from doing that, to me motivating myself to do that has motivated myself to do better in the business side as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I found with routine, because obviously at uni you're almost given a routine. You know?
Exactly.
There's like a routine you have to
yeah.
kind of follow.
You have like a deadline you
Yeah.
have to reach.
So
you
what
know
have
you
you
have to
been
do
doing
something by then. Me, I got an app actually that I use. I'm trying to use it actually, but
What's it called?
It's called Asana.
Oh, I
So
know
it's like you set like what you want to do in a day, and like you can set it for the next day, and it will give you like a reminder. I think it's really good. But the past week I've really just been talking to people instead of actually doing tasks. So it's kind of flipped my schedule.
Okay, all right.
So from next week again, I'll just be doing that.
Be back on that.
Yeah.
That's one thing for me. I can't really have a schedule. Like I think you'll see in the vlogs that I put up. My day will start off, and I'll have an idea of what I need to do. But as my day goes on, things will just
chop and
come
change
out of nowhere, and I have to just adapt myself to the situation, and in my head instantly just plan where to put what.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm surprised myself. I've done well with that.
Yeah.
Because that's something you don't get taught. But
You need to be on your toes all the time.
I've been handling it well, I think. I feel like things just come up and I'm just able just to schedule it. But there are also times where I just feel like I could do better. And like when you don't have a good routine, you don't feel good yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like I've changed it up. So I'm starting to do better on that. And my routine's improving.
That's
well,
good.
Obviously I'm struggling with the 6 a.m. wake up, but I'm getting there.
I don't know. I wake up 6 a.m. on Saturdays because I still have my gym job.
Oh, mad.
But like I enjoy it. I don't know why.
Really? Like you enjoy it?
I enjoy waking up 6 in the morning.
So basically, opening my eyes before when it's 6 o'clock is hard, but once I'm actually up, I'm like,
you feel refreshed.
I feel refreshed. This is so calm. But it's just that moment to get myself
You know what my
out
trick
of my
is?
duvet.
You know what? Yeah. So as soon as you wake up, throw the covers off, so then you get cold and then jump up.
Oh, I
That's
can't do that
scary,
because
bro.
I love the warm covers.
Exactly.
Nah, that's the trick. Because that's when you fall asleep
Even
again.
when I pull out my arm to go and check the time, I feel like, oh shit. Put that on.
Exactly,
yeah.
bro. You need to wake up your body, so you need to
Yeah,
throw it
nah.
off.
No, I think what I need to do is have the curtains completely open, so the sun wakes me up.
Yeah, I have mine like halfway through, you know.
Yeah,
Do you know
I
someone
need
that sleeps with the curtains open?
to do. Yeah.
It's around.
That makes honestly like
And
anytime I've tested and tried that, it works.
No, but she'll be asleep.
What do you mean? How does she not wake
Get
up?
used to it,
Even
innit?
sometimes when she's sleeping in,
Yeah.
and she wakes up like after 11 or something, like her curtains are still like they're still open.
Swear. But she just likes.
No, she's gone. She's knocked out.
That's crazy.
I don't get how she does it.
I think that wakes me up because of how much I have my curtains
Yeah.
closed. So the difference.
Why I'm looking to get, but I don't think I should anymore, is a blackout curtains.
No, don't do it.
They completely
That-
even during the day when you close them, it
Do you know
blacks
how
out.
clean the sleep is? I've
Yeah.
said,
But the problem with that is that 6 a.m. ain't gonna
it's
happen.
not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
exactly.
You're literally sleeping.
You won't
till
even know what
12
day and
p.m.
night
Yeah,
is.
literally.
So I don't know, but I really want to get into a good routine, because my routine is just dead.
It's incredibly hard.
Dead, like
It's
so
incredibly
bad.
hard.
So for me, I'm putting emphasis on at the moment, because the business is going, alhamdulillah, it's going good.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to focus more on self-development. I think that's the sort of stage I've got to. First, it was me. I was focused solely on the business. Now it's like I'm focusing on myself and where I can get to next.
Yeah.
That's become my focus.
That's good, because I feel like it's good that we're all setting these goals, because I'd say especially for you two, one of the things I feared, if I had graduated and gone straight into the working world or whatever, would have been, how do I structure myself? Having been in education since 2009 and had structure. Like, when you think about it like that, is I'm
So
finna take this
what
video.
Shihan has just done
I'm
is
finna
check
take
the
this
scores of the
video.
Arsenal match. What's the Liverpool score? 1-1. I'm happy. I'm alright with that.
Sorry, Josh. I apologize.
You
I apologize.
I was saying, yeah.
Stop. No.
having been in education for 11 years, 11 years now, like, I was scared of losing all of that structure and how I'd have to create that structure for myself, because I'm not a structured person at all. Like,
Yeah, I know you're not.
I do not organize. I don't plan like first year to third year did not plan no essays. Like, I just
Did it when you did it.
yeah, just did it when I did it. It's just how I am, which is, it's not a good thing for, especially for the working world, because and just for yourself, actually. I think for yourself, it's better if you do things routinely, like you said, because it does help with self-development and
Just
mental
mental health in general. You need to.
yeah.
I've, like, you know, how your day minds matters. So, like, for me, mental health affects, I think, like, majority of people. Some people might not even realize it's affecting them.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like self-development, it's almost like a minor cure to, not something that takes it away.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
that helps you
It
along
does
the way.
help.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like giving yourself something to strive towards and work towards, and then giving yourself praise for actually achieving something can lift you out of a dark place.
And that's facts, because when I did the NHS online therapy in January, February, around dissertation time, one of the things they told me to do was plan things. Set aside time for myself and start writing things down, start planning things. So it is definitely something which, the psychologists have figured out as a stepping stone. So yeah, for sure.
I agree with that. Like, 'cause especially like after uni, we had like a couple months off, and like I wasn't doing none of the business stuff at that time.
Yeah,
I was just preparing to like go on my holiday to Lebanon, because I go for like a month. So I went to Lebanon, spent a month every day, just busy. I didn't even think about like, what am I doing the next day? It was just cool. I have this to do. Like, we're going here, we're going to this place. I need to drive to this place. I need to see this thing for a month. I came back to London and it was like, wait, I have nothing to do anymore. Like nothing. Like I have no schedule, no places to see anymore, because I've basically seen everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what do I do now? And the first thing I started doing was scheduling my gym. My fitness was like the first thing I was like, I need to get back on that.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. After that, like a week or two, started setting the business stuff up. Like, cool, today I'm going to create this content. Today I'm going to email this many people. Today I'm going to DM this many people. That's the things you got to do to like really like, it's like a stepping stone, like every
one
time.
by one,
Yeah.
like you worked.
You can't just tell yourself, okay, cool, next week I'm gonna go gym 5 days a week, I'm gonna get a client a day, I'm gonna go see this many things, gonna do these many things. You can't do that. Like, you need to slowly build your way up, because you're gonna overwhelm yourself with the failures of, cool, I didn't do it this week, so what's the point of me doing it anymore? That's what some people have, like that kind of problem, where it's like, cool, I failed this week, so the week after I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, that's so true.
So you need to like slowly build yourself up.
Yeah, another thing is, for me, is I've tried to teach myself to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's what I've tried to, because especially with the business that I'm in, I sort of need to have a voice, or I need to have a presence, because a lot of what happens is you have to get someone else to trust you, and investments and stuff like that. So like that. That's why I've got like a business page going. I've got like doing some online stuff, getting myself out there, posting anything I do. And along the way, obviously with the business, it's like you fall in situations which you want to shy away from. Like, you want to put yourself like, don't want to do that. Like, no, that's not me. But it's like I've had to like put it in my head. So I need to start becoming comfortable with uncomfortable situations.
Very true.
Because it's almost as if it is true. It's come out your shell. Like, so when you leave university, you lose a comfort zone. You lose like a little barrier that you might have. Like,
you're out in the open. You're fully out in a sandbox, and I couldn't even imagine. But even just being like, I'm only a year away, or 9 months, or however months away from being in the same position you guys are. You know what I mean? So like, it already feels like that. Even with like just working on the business idea, I'm already having to create these relationships, speak to these people to break out of my shell, and it's just like breaking out of my shell incrementally, like one step at a time, kind of thing. So yeah,
just break that comfort zone.
Yeah,
come
break
out
the comfort zone, come out of it.
Is it too early to ask? But what is your plan for like after your masters?
After my master's, so right now, like, obviously, right now I'm broke. So in terms of starting a business, that's not financially viable. Of course, I'd be working on funding. So between now and the end, what I want to do is really flesh out my business idea. One of the things the course has done is ensure that we're not focusing on a business solution, but rather the problem. So what I'm trying to do now is get enough data to figure out whether there's a problem and use like the modules to really flesh out that problem. I'm also going to be practicing pitching towards the end of the year and things like that. So I think
it's a big one.
By the time I finish, I will hopefully be pitching my ideas, whether that's to angels, venture capitalists.
That's an amazing target, bro. Like,
but yeah, that's the target. Not necessarily to start it or get it off the ground or say I'm going to start it that year, because I think I'll also need to work for myself in the industry for a bit. But to see, even if I don't get funding, to go to these pitching rounds and have feedback from people who give lump sums of money to companies with problems, you know. So yeah, that's what I hope to gain from it.
So that's what, because I've had to try and get investors and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to do that and doing that, but the way I've been learning is I've been taking myself to like events and stuff and like talks. So like tomorrow I've got 2 to do with property. I'm going to 2 talks. Again, I'm going to network with people. I've been doing a lot of networking and just talking to people. So that I've had, like you're saying, it's like I didn't feel comfortable, but what I've had to do is literally just put myself out there.
Yeah, you just have to.
And plus I'm 21 as well, so it's like sometimes people in the property industry, not being rude or anything, they're a lot older.
Yeah.
A lot older than like, but it's, what I've seen is a trend in them liking to the fact of working with someone that's younger. That's what I'd say. So I'm trying to utilize it, and I've been literally talking to loads of people.
Bro, like, do you not see like it's actually like a niche seeing young people at these events and stuff?
I'm usually always the youngest person there.
Which is why it's good that both of you are breaking out of your shell, because at the end of the day, the reason why they tend to be elders because they've gotten to see the property industry develop.
Yeah.
So they have good knowledge of, you know, sort of how volatile it is, you know, time is to invest, things like that, marketing strategies, whatever. So like speaking to them will give you such good insight. You know? Exactly. So it's good that you two are doing that, because even as a master's student, where like they're sending out events to us every week, it's still hard to structure and plan and make sure you're attending those. So it's good you two are doing that just of your own accord and making sure you're picking that stuff up.
That has to be done at the end
really
of the
good.
day.
You know what I love? How this conversation just switched.
Bro, I was thinking that 5 minutes ago. I was like, I really took this.
Man,
but it's really good. It's
it's good. It's natural. It's flowing, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
So another one is, so that, what did we kind of touch on there? We touched on, what is your, was that even that? That wasn't even
where we are, like what we're planning to do, what we're doing, I guess.
Yeah, scheduling structures. Yeah.
So what is the question would be, what is your purpose?
What is my purpose?
Are you just on this?
Well, like, do you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose? I feel like what is your purpose is such a major question that you can't really answer until like you found that thing that like fulfills your purpose.
I mean, I was having this conversation with two friends of mine, UCL students, Manat and Omatara, basically about like
Jesus, name dropping.
I was gonna OG fans shout out. But essentially, like I'd say when I was younger, like even from primary school, my goal was just to make my family proud and go through the education system, get through university, and get out the blocks, get out the estate. That was for me at that time my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Up until we graduated, I was like, damn, I've done that, but still have no P's. I'm still not out of the blocks. My brothers who are 30 plus still aren't out of the blocks. So like, what's my purpose now? So it was interesting to reevaluate that, because I feel like, I don't know, had my dad still been around, he would try and shoehorn me into doing he would have shoehorned me into doing engineering, going into the engineering career. And I think honestly right now, my sole purpose is just to figure things out myself, to ensure that I'm stable at the least. I want to finish my master's degree, and then from there just take things one step at a time. I'm not in any hurry. I just want to be a good person and help the people around me. That's basically all. I don't even care so much about making millions or like being stupid rich. Like that's not my focus. I just want to be comfortable, and yeah, that's about it.
But you better.
Me? I was going to ask you.
What's your purpose?
Okay. I feel like similar to you, like purpose was like before, like a year or two ago, was going through educational process. But then like back then my thought was cool, get into a job so everyone else is happy. But then I didn't think like, would I be happy?
Yeah.
So now I think my purpose is setting up a successful business, setting up like my own life before I can like start providing for like my family and like my parents and my own family, like inshallah one day. And I feel like that's my purpose right now, is just like setting up business so then in the future I can start to help my own family and my current family.
Very sweet of you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Very sweet. My purpose, I don't think it's changed since I first came up with a purpose or realized I had a purpose. And I'd say this was a developing purpose, but this really came about, I'd say, 3 and a bit years ago. I think second year sixth form, when my mum became like really ill, and her dream has always been to have a house with a garden. Right, that's been my mum. Like, well, since we're young, when we used to view properties to move into, it used to be, I wish my house had a garden, and she'd walk past gardens and be like, I wish that was my house. So mum fell ill. I realised she probably thinks that opportunity for her is gone. Do you know what I mean? So my purpose since then has been literally is to get through university. At first it was to get a job, but then I found a different avenue now because I do my own business. But it was to get out of university, work so hard that I can see my mum in a house in her own garden.
That's
and
amazing.
That's remained the purpose since I've had it. That's like, I think, second year sixth form.
That's amazing.
And it still stands now. And I think I've set myself a 2-year goal to hit that.
Wow, that's
major, man.
And I hit a date in my head as well.
Yeah, hit a date.
I've got a date and everything.
That's
in my
crazy.
head. So if I can plan it and keep going how I am, 2 years
That's
time.
mad.
It's a certain date I've set.
You guys say inshallah, man.
Inshallah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Everything for me, yeah, inshallah. But that's been my purpose. And then after that, then obviously I look after myself. But I think that's one thing I want to see.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a good perspective because I feel like all of us have come from the kind of backgrounds where we realize how fortunate we are.
Yeah.
We realize how fortunate we are to be here, to have gone to UCL, to have graduated, and we do want a life for ourselves, like, as well. But also we're so grateful for, what our parents have given us and the opportunities. Like, even, like, I just want to say, like, my brothers, like, and I don't even think I thank them enough, but, like, they came back from Ghana when, like, 2008, and we keep saying we're going to get them on the podcast, so I don't even want to touch too much on it. But since...
Why do we do this?
Yeah, fully.
This
like,
season,
I was thinking
man,
this
this
today.
season,
This
make it
season is
happen.
happening.
Has to happen. They're, like, top priority.
They're literally top priority. But, like, yeah, I was living alone with my dad up until the age of 8. My dad and my grandparents and my brothers were in Ghana during that whole time between 0 and 8, basically. And, they came back at 21 and had to redo their A-levels and work to pay the bills for the house that my dad should have been paying the bills for. And they've been doing that since then till now. And when I graduated, I was so happy that they came and stuff, but I was also thinking to myself, like, should I go straight into work? Because these guys have been working so hard for me since they were 21 or 22 or whatever, for 9 years solid to pay the bills and made sure that I don't have to pay a penny. And, like, they're my brothers, not my parents.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
they did not have to do that. And they still encouraged me to go and do my master's. So, like, honestly, like, I owe so much to them and my grandma as well, who's been there for me throughout, like, yeah, it's mad.
It's mad because I know your story, and when I meet your brothers, you expect to meet people that are like. For me, I'd say if I didn't meet them before, my perception would be there would be people that are low.
Yeah.
But when you meet Richard and Francis, it's like these lot are high on life, like fully, like they don't let you feel how they are.
They
Yeah,
seem
yeah,
like really
yeah.
young.
They're,
Like they're really young, lively.
Yeah.
Like they
They're
want to
very-
like make jokes. They want to have a good
they're
time.
very
And that's what they
open
are.
people. They
Yeah.
want to make you feel a certain energy, but that's not negative. It's like on graduation, my dad met your brothers, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't stop talking about them still to this day.
Yeah.
And how long ago was graduation?
Yeah.
He goes like, I just felt. He said that I can't because my dad doesn't speak English properly. But he said that the way he felt with them and how they made him feel was like why are there not more people like that in the world? That's what my dad literally said. Like, very inviting people, and like they've obviously looked after you since they've come
Literally
back
since
from
the
Ghana
beginning.
and stuff.
Like those two and my grandma, like honestly, like when I had to live with my dad, everything felt so caged in, so boxed in into what I had to do in life. My purpose felt so restricted.
Yeah.
My life felt so restricted. Even though I wasn't a bad kid, all I wanted to do was just like
enjoy
just
life.
be a good kid, enjoy my life. But like once they came, like once they've helped me grow into somebody that just like I want the best for everyone essentially.
Yeah.
I want to do my best essentially. Like I don't want to follow a strict path, and I think that's important for everybody to know. Like whether that's your parents trying to put you on a strict path, whether they want you to study a certain degree or they want you to do a certain career, like at the end of the day it is your life. Of course it's parents will give good advice, some parents will give good advice, but sometimes it can be to a detriment. So like,
but I get what you mean. They have good intentions, but I feel like did you finish your connect?
yeah, you can go.
For instance, like in the Asian community, a lot of the parents will push their kids to go into medicine, law, engineering, blah
Same,
blah.
Yeah.
I got lucky enough. My parents were like that. My parents are like very open. They said, "Do what makes you happy, but make sure it's the right thing." That's what my parents said to me. To whoever has the pressures of their parents behind them and talking, and also Asian community, it's a lot of family that talk as well.
Yeah, across families, telling people, African community as well.
I would say block everybody out, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. lectures to whatever lectures you have, they are not sitting through it.
Yeah.
If you are not passionate about something, basics, you are not like it. And there's no
literally,
point.
it's the same in the Arab community. The same as like I think all three of our communities. It's
Yeah.
all the same. It's that they think because everyone else thinks being a doctor or a lawyer or any other like
Profession.
profession
Mhm.
job is what your son or daughter should be doing. But for them, they might want to be working in a garage.
An
They might want to be a
artist.
chef.
They
They
wanna
might
be-
want to be an artist.
Yeah.
Like you need to find your own passion and see what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, when you move out of your house, you don't want to be doing what they want you to be
Yeah,
doing. You want to be
exactly.
doing what you want to do. You want to be waking up in the morning thinking, yes, I'm going to work.
Exactly.
Or yes, I'm going to be
Yeah.
working on this today. Or I'm doing this today. You need to be like actually happy to be doing what you want to do.
And I'd say a way of like getting your family to, essentially shut up and stuff is literally not saying to your parents, I mean like, family
Yeah.
talk. And even to show your parents why you've taken a decision is whatever you do choose to go into, make sure you work hard to a point where you can come back and show them your success.
Yeah.
Because that's the time when they'll look back at you and be like, I feel kind of embarrassed for telling them to go
Exactly.
and do this. Like,
What can they say now?
come back.
They'll just be proud of you at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
the
Come
thing,
back
man.
with your successes to show for why you made that decision.
Yeah.
And I would say highly recommend not to listen to, like, take their advice, take it as advice.
Yeah.
Take it with a pinch of salt, as Josh would say.
Yeah. With a pinch of salt. Yeah. Not as gospel.
But if it is not for you, don't do it. And the university is not a joke. Try and whatever you do in university, like try and make it something you would want to do after you've left
Yeah.
university. Otherwise, it becomes a waste of money and a waste of 3 years.
Yeah.
That's just it's harsh to say it like that, and
But it's true.
But it's the truth.
I'm glad to see so many like second years this year who tend to be from an African background, who have changed their degrees, not just people from African backgrounds, but who have changed their degrees from, the typical professions we were talking about, where they were studying physics or mechanical engineering or chemical engineering, and have changed to courses that they actually want to do and have pushed for that. And I think even UCL kind of make that difficult and don't make it an easy process. But it can really put people down in the dumps when, your parents are on your back, like, why are you doing this course? You shouldn't be doing this. But like, I'm glad people are just realizing that in terms of your purpose, you need to figure it out yourself. If you do change course and it's not what you thought was going to be, so be it. That's fine. You learn from it. You move on. Like, that's okay. It's perfectly fine.
What we always saying, it's step by step. Like,
Exactly.
take the first step. If you don't like it, change it.
Exactly.
It's going to be hard, but you gotta do what you gotta do because it's your life at the end of the day. It's your purpose. It's what you do for yourself.
They're not
And
gonna
that's
wake
what
up
really
for you, are
matters.
they?
Yeah.
You're waking
Yeah.
up for yourself.
Yeah.
Like imagine like you're going to the lectures, you're going to the exams, you're studying, you're doing all the coursework, you're doing everything all yourself. At the end of the day, you're like you might go home like to your family, or like you might go back to your dorm,
Yeah.
but they're not gonna go to university with you. They're not gonna go to work with you. Like you need to put yourself in perspective of where you want to be and think, am I gonna enjoy this in the future?
Yeah.
No, I think that's very true. So, to fulfill, so if someone hasn't got a purpose, would you say university is a good place to maybe find your purpose? I'm not saying everyone should know their purpose because that's something
No,
that happens.
like that's as I said before. Like you can't know your purpose
Yeah.
until you put yourself in a certain situation or you're in a right mind frame to understand where you want to be. So, I think university would be a good place because when I was in sixth form, I thought, cool, I'm gonna go to university, then I'm gonna go get a job.
Yeah,
But
changes.
That's
what am I doing now? Like
Yeah.
when we went out, like we used to go out for meals and stuff, and we'd always just say, I don't want to work in the corporate world. I want to work for myself. I want to do my own
Yeah,
thing.
it changed, didn't it?
So like you put yourself in a certain situation, but you might change your perspective and think, I want to do something else now. So that's why I think, but go university, do the subject that you think you'll most enjoy. And if you do enjoy it, then keep going. Like amazing, keep doing it. And then figure out what you want to do after.
Yeah.
But if you don't enjoy it, then you have to take a step back and really reevaluate where you want to be.
No, I think that's very true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I've gobsmacked both of you.
yeah, literally. I was just
I was like, damn, yeah.
went into my thoughts for a second. I was just gonna say, ultimately, like, apart from our individual purposes and stuff in life, I think like the main collective purpose we all have is to make the world better than we left it for the next generation. I think that is the one main thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think in so many communities, like, we can be so close-minded and live again in a bubble. Like I went to this event last year talking about like knife crime and stuff amongst the youths, and basically amongst the youths. But basically, like, it's like they don't want to help each other. They just there's no reason why we shouldn't be helping each other to come up. Mm-hmm. We've all grown up in similar environments, right? So why do we not collectively try and ensure we have a better standard of living? Instead, we live for greedy and selfish reasons, and that doesn't help the world develop. That it just doesn't work. And you can take that from knife crime in the States all the way to like corruption in countries where the governments are exploiting the people instead of working with the people to better the nations, to better the countries, you know? So I think that's the one overarching purpose that we all should work towards. Yeah.
Leave the world a better place.
Yeah.
For the next generations. Have you ever seen just a little go off on a bit of a tangent, Extinction Rebellion?
Yeah.
Have you seen the man though?
Extinction Rebellion.
What?
So
these people.
These are a group of activists who are protesting for
The environmentalist ones.
Yeah, environmentalists.
Extinction Rebellion.
The ones who are standing on top of the
swear
train.
to God, I saw one video of them lot shouting at broccoli.
This is why I don't want to go into it, because we could be semi-rude about it, but like I saw this.
Bro, why are you shouting at broccoli, bro? I don't care if it's rude, yeah? Why are you shouting at broccoli? I don't care what you're trying to mean, but like, you're in the middle of the street, you're blocking Trafalgar Square, big Trafalgar Square, shouting at broccoli.
I saw it as well, man.
Like, look, you're in Lebanon right now, there's a massive situation about corruption.
Yeah.
They're blocking the streets, but that's for corruption because the people.
But
people
look,
in politics,
they're blocking the streets, but they're shouting at broccoli, bro.
No, but the thing is, they have their
real
purpose is
yeah.
to get the people in the politicians out of power because they're stealing money from the people, the taxes. So they have a right to be in the middle of the street, sitting on the floor, blocking the streets. But these people here, their idea of protesting is shouting at broccoli.
Like global warming is
But do you know what? Another thing, it is a thing. But in the UK,
by stopping civilians
but
traveling.
in the UK, they're doing the most for the environment. There's literal stats that UK are doing the most for the environment in the whole of Europe.
Yeah.
Not just that,
But they're still protesting here in the middle of the street, shouting at broccoli.
if you exactly like if you
to get to another apartment, I have to go across Waterloo Bridge, right?
Yeah.
Waterloo Bridge has been closed for the last like 2 weeks with police and stuff because these mans have got super glue and stuck it down the middle of the road, and I just sit there. But best believe if I wanted to, I'd literally tell you to lie down so I can drive over you, bro, because I need to go somewhere, fam. Like, you can't be doing this. Like,
No, legit.
literally, what is this? And some of them you see in like hurdles together, like doing dances, man. Are you
Listen.
protesting or are you letting your hips aside out? Which one?
Listen,
know what I mean?
one uncle said it best on this Twitter video I saw.
Okay,
I bloody loved it. Yeah. Unless you're basically, I just want to say this firstly. Unless you're Greta Thunberg taking boat to your conference, yeah, don't be talking about global warming and all of this, because there was one woman who was sitting in front of the train stopping everyone from getting on there, and the Don standing on top as well. And the uncle was like, "How did you get here? How did you get here? Did you take the train? Did you take the train?" And she was like, yes. But it's like, okay, so you're a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. I'll send you. I'll find this video. That uncle is the top OG, because real talk, if you're
Maybe
utilizing, we'll say it
Might
somewhere.
as well, innit?
yeah, like, it's something we should show you.
If you're capitalizing off the transport systems and you have a problem with the environment, those are two fair points. Go talk to TFL. Go talk to the heads. Don't stop people getting to work in the morning who need to make a
They were
living.
getting home at that time, I think.
No, look,
Yeah,
you know, recently you see the videos when they were on top of the train and they got dragged down and beaten up.
Yeah.
You know, they were at
Canning Town.
Canning Town statistically has the lowest income, and everyone's basically on like at least minimum wage there. Lowest income area, people are trying to do a graft to get to their jobs in the morning, and you man are standing on the train.
And TFL's not cheap. For people that aren't minimum wage and stuff, it's not cheap.
If it's a problem, go to the actual areas.
Go to the businesses.
Go
to
impacting the hard-working people that are trying to make ends meet. What? Because you want to stand on top of a train with a cardboard box which you're going to dash in the bin. Best believe he won't recycle it. Trust me, he won't. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't think it works like that. It's like whole of central London has just been terrible recently, just because, like, even airports flying drones to stop airplanes. Like, cool.
Ridiculous.
Like, airplanes, yes, they do. You know, it's bad for the environment and stuff. But there's different ways of going. Because at the end of the day, now people are hating you. People, when you hear about global warming, you hear about the people that protest about it. It's taken away from the true meaning of what global warming is. Yeah. People like that person, that Greta person. Yeah, she's doing things in better ways.
She's 16,
and like these people are doing. Do you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't roll.
She's
like
speaking
that.
directly to the people that make the changes. So like,
literally, that's what
like, cool. Like, some people can't obviously be on that scene, on that pedestal, but if there's other ways about it, like blocking, like the protesting on the streets, cool, you can do that. But like, don't shout at broccoli. Like, okay, stand there, speak facts to people, educate people, but don't put yourself on the internet dancing and like doing random stuff.
You know, the other day I was driving to here. Actually,
it's kind of hypocritical for me because people in Lebanon are doing that. But
no, but that's an economic.
But you're
crisis.
doing something for a legitimate. I'm not saying global warming is not. Yeah. But I would class what Lebanon are going through as more of a serious problem right now, right? Yeah. Compared to global warming. And you guys are doing it in a way where the situation is right for you to do it the way you're doing it. For them, that's not the situation.
It's making the politicians see that the people have noticed. Yeah. And like, they literally, it's been going, I think it's the 10th day today of protests, like literally blocking streets. And like, police have started to like try drag people off the streets, but it's not working. Yeah.
As I said,
we had a protest yesterday. Like,
how's that? Yeah, you were there, isn't it?
Yeah. I felt like I was in Lebanon for a bit, man. Because everyone was there together, like flags, music. Like, we were just.
Wait, where did this take place?
You know, near Notting Hill. Yeah. So you go up. There's like all the embassies on like Billionaire Road. Yeah. Like up there.
Okay, fair enough.
Not on the actual Billionaire Road because it's private. You can't get on that road. So we did it on like the other side basically.
No, yeah, it's that's important because what's happening in Lebanon is quite mental. Like I
mean, it happens in a lot of countries.
It
but
does.
Like,
it does.
It's very shameful, but the fact that now it's been like 30 years it's been going on, and like finally people making a change.
There needs to be more awareness to these things. Like, honestly, it's just.
And that's what social media has done, man.
Yeah. Which is which is good that people are using social media for the right reasons. You know, it spreads the news far and wide. Like, look how it helped Sudan, you know, when everyone was changing their, like, just changing the DP to blue. Yeah. And, you know,
just, like, really educates everyone.
Really educates everyone on the situation. So it's all good, yeah.
The other day, I was driving to here, actually, and I was behind the car Julian Assange was in.
Who?
You know Julian Assange?
Yeah. Julian, what? Julian Assange.
You
You're
see,
behind.
do you not see he was on the news being transported recently?
No way.
And
From the embassy.
Yeah.
No
It was
way.
either for the embassy or was being transported somewhere.
Yeah.
And I came across my road across the junction, and then there's like protesters around the two cars.
No.
And I went on Twitter afterwards, and he was in one of them.
Man.
That's crazy.
So me behind them, just like, get out of my way! I need to go.
You're probably in one of the paparazzi pictures.
Maybe
Yeah,
I was just
probably,
I was just baffled. I was like,
that's crazy.
at first I just thought, you know, like when they transport like people from prisons to prison,
Yeah.
it's just that. But like I checked on Twitter afterwards, and I saw the signs, and they were saying free Julian.
Right. Yeah, that
I
was the
I was like, free me
WikiLeaks
for a
guy.
second.
Yeah.
And
Let me get to where I need to go.
you lot continue.
Free shoot out and
Another one. I don't want to make it too deep, but you know how Extinction Rebellion have been protesting, right?
Yeah.
I read this on Twitter as well, and I totally agreed with it. It's, for instance, if a group of black people came together like Extinction Rebellion have, police would be on the job straight away.
Yep.
They'd be arrested or there'd be suspicions, right?
Yep.
If you know the guy that climbed Big Ben,
Yeah.
if a Muslim person climbed Big Ben, terrorist
Yeah.
with a bomb, blah blah. They've been doing it. It's been on the news, but it hasn't been on the news in a negative light.
Yeah.
Climbing Big Ben is not a positive thing, but it hasn't been on the news for being a negative thing. Jumping on the trains and stuff like that. Imagine any other ethnicity did that. I'm not trying
That's
to make
true.
it
No,
into.
no,
I'm
yeah,
not trying to
wow.
use a race card or anything. But
It's facts.
Deeper like that.
It's facts.
Deeper like
when
that.
you deeper like that, it's facts.
imagine a Muslim man jumped on top of a train.
Like,
Or not, it have to be a Muslim. A brown man jumped on top of a
yeah,
train.
literally.
A black people together just congregated. Do you get what I mean?
Like being a person of color will automatically frame the media. Any piece of information that comes out of the media will 9 times out of 10 be in the negative light.
Yeah.
And for those positive situations, it's usually those 1% of people, like the artists or, you know, other than that, it's 9 times out of 10 negative, whether the intention is completely positive or not. And it's horrible that that's what the case is. Like you said, yeah, had it been anyone else.
It's mad because on BBC, they interviewed the leader of Extinction Rebellion after the train situation and the Big Ben situation happened. And they said, do you condone people doing this? Like, you're obviously the leader of Extinction Rebellion. Do you like, your protesters are doing this? Do you condone it? The person literally sat there and said, yeah, I do. I mean, if it gets our word out there, then yeah, anything's good for us. It's like, are you stupid or something? Like,
Nah, man, there's some lines that you can't go like.
she goes like, if they're not doing this, then none of you guys are going to talk about it. So we might as well get it talked about.
Absolutely stupid.
But then the woman asked her, but you're getting a negative publicity. She goes, any publicity is good.
Oh, swear. I hope people come stand on top of your house here for Extinction Rebellion and ask about any publicity
Bruv,
is good.
I hope people go in their yard, take our chimney off,
Literally.
turn our central heating off, and just be
Literally.
like, well, bruv, we save our planet.
I'll come glue myself to your front door and see if
I'll
you...
go in a walkway and just glue myself down and just sit there. It's like,
Nah. Like, the right answer would have been the initial intentions were good, but now it's become something that's out of control, and that wasn't my original intention. We need to, you know, reevaluate why we're actually doing this. Like, I would always say, for somebody who starts a movement, once it picks up steam, it's hard to control people's actions.
who gets involved?
And I can get that. Who gets involved and where they take it.
Yeah.
So I can get that. But for her to say she does condone it and any publicity is good publicity,
It's BS.
That's absolute crap.
Honestly, just
Absolute
BS. How long have we been going for now?
Like 50 minutes, not gonna lie.
Swear.
How long?
50 minutes.
Well, I think that's good, episode 1. I like that.
I like that because
Yeah.
I don't know. It's for me, it's felt like 15.
Yeah, literally.
Oh man,
It hasn't felt that long for me.
feels
at all.
long for me. Not gonna lie.
I've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it. Man.
I'm
It's been
hot. That's why I'm hot.
Yeah.
I'm always
I'm
hot.
cold, bro. I'm not.
Stop
I'm right in the middle. So
You might as well.
calm. I'm
Yeah, but-
coaching. But
Yeah,
man.
I don't know. I find it unacceptable. And it's like you're disturbing people that actually don't have it well off, and are trying to go and do stuff. You know, how is that acceptable?
It's not.
How can you justify that?
Mm.
That I've stopped someone that's on minimum wage that's trying to get by from getting to work.
Yeah.
They're all on hourly rate pay. They can't just rock up to work 2 hours late because the train. Oh yeah, the train today. They're going to be like, all right, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You start work from now.
I think it was rush hour. It wasn't like people going to. It was going home.
No. This one
I
was
was going to,
this
yeah.
was the morning one.
The morning one as
Morning
well.
20,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was only in the evening.
And people were screaming at them, we're trying to get to work here. It's
Yeah.
like Canning Town, we're trying to get to work here. And the Extinction Rebellion people just sat down on the train when they said that. So then one
we just
person,
dragged them off. Innit?
some
I
some
saw
people
that.
tried to reach and drag, and then one person climbed on and pushed them off as well. And it's like, just like,
Exactly.
I don't know if I condone the beating that they received, but
I mean,
but that's
like,
what I'm
the beating
saying.
was a bit much. But like,
but
taking them off,
what
yeah.
you've done has aggravated a group of people who are just trying to do a simple thing: go to work.
Go to work. Literally,
You have caused that action by the way you decided to take that
that one
protest.
act delays the whole
Literally,
the whole line.
and causes anger.
all the trains have to stop.
Yeah, pretty much.
All the trains have to stop. I don't know. There's this. I don't, because I know there's a lot of Extinction Rebellion people out there. I don't want to seem like we're against it.
Not at all. Not at all.
No.
I mean,
we did like our last episode was about sustainability.
Yeah,
like
we
we
went to
care
sustainability,
about
the environment,
sustainability,
yeah.
the
But
environment, global warming.
There's ways about going about it.
Yeah.
There's certain ways to do it. There's certain things you can do, and you should. There's certain lines you shouldn't cross. Yeah, that's true. Actually, like as you can see from my channel, we do support sustainable
Exactly.
future. A sustainable
And
future.
look at the way we've gone about it, or climate action have gone about it.
even you see.
Set up an event,
set up an
put like
event.
videos online, make it like you can do stuff for
Exactly.
free. Make an Instagram account.
Another thing is
Share it with
even what
people.
UCL have done, right? UCL have made campus a smoke-free zone.
Yeah, literally.
Imagine how much that actually does help, because a lot of students do smoke.
Exactly. And especially in central London.
Central London. So
Yeah. Look, yeah,
This-
exactly. Like you're saying, UK is one of the most progressive in Europe. Like, look at the ultra low emission zone.
yeah, exactly.
So now
ULEZ
these
yeah,
old
ULEZ
ass
coming
petrol
around.
cars aren't passing by UCL.
And what
smoke
people are
Much
free.
doing-
fewer.
Yeah, much
And,
fewer.
much
and
fewer.
what that's making people do is get rid of their cars that are really bad on the environment. Do you get what I mean? A lot of people have sold their cars because they need to come into central London, so they've had to buy more fuel efficient cars.
And the fact of the matter is, we have been polluting the world for hundreds of years. So it's not going to be done in a day. It's not going to
No,
be done
of
in
course.
10 years.
Takes
It's not going to,
time.
at least 40, 50 years before we start seeing actual change.
Yeah.
So we can't be jumping on trains demanding that happens today, because that's not how pollution or global warming or any of these things
Everything
work.
takes time.
It all takes time.
It's
So-
like literally, as I said before, you need the stepping stone. You put one down,
yeah,
and like the next one,
Yeah,
next
do you
one,
get what I
next
mean?
one, next
Yeah.
one, progress to
'Cause-
like that target,
yeah.
and then
I almost feel like with Extinction Rebellion, the people that go and do it, like, no offense, but like, you know, when you were talking about the broccoli thing, they were dressing like pantomime costumes, screaming at a broccoli. For me, it almost just seems like people that have been within a shell have just tried, like, you know what, let's just join the bandwagon. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, there are probably people that do protest for like global warming and
properly
stuff.
and like
I feel bad for them
Because
because
they
wherever
get put in the same
They get put in the same
category as those
category, you
people.
know
and
what I
not
mean?
just that, the media has taken all the attention away from those people
And put it on
focus on a stupid group of people
but
jumping
for the
on
media,
trains.
that's what gets you the top comments or the
traction,
people read
The
it more.
engagement. Yeah.
Unless if you put someone doing a proper protest, they won't. No one's gonna
No
care.
one's
That's what
gonna
they
care.
think. But
'Cause
like,
that's just normal, innit? They want to show like the bad, but that's what's coming out. But the more you're doing good, the more it's gonna get promoted.
Exactly. Yeah.
the world is a
Nuts place.
nuts place. There's a lot of people with a lot of different mindsets, with a lot of different views, which is normal. But
Yeah.
a lot of people are doing a lot of wrong things.
Yeah.
For me personally,
Yeah, for sure.
what we got all of this Brexit. I don't even want to get into.
Yeah, that's not even.
That is
yeah,
another
I see that for another episode.
BS.
Yeah.
That is another BS topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's been a good episode.
It's been a really
Amazing
good
episode.
episode.
I've enjoyed. I feel like we've just come back, sat down,
Literally.
and just had a conversation.
Fireworks.
The fireworks. What are we celebrating? Oh, Diwali. Diwali.
Oh yeah, happy
Yeah,
Diwali
happy
to
Diwali
all
to
our
everybody.
to all our people
Indian
following.
subscribers.
Yes.
All our people following.
I just thought of a funny video. You know that video when he goes, "Happy Diwali" and the man there.
No.
No.
I dare, I said. Oh,
I've seen
man.
that video. You see that video when they're in the traffic lights and a guy kisses his teeth, goes, "Tell this woman like this woman's acting like I want to knock her off a bicycle, fam."
I said bicycle, fam.
She's acting like I want to knock her off a bicycle.
The bicycle, man.
So enough.
Well, on
give
that
up.
note,
On that
Yeah.
note, thank you for watching our
you.
official start to season 2.
Season 2.
We literally have a good guest list coming up. We're going to try and get guests. I don't know, we haven't had a guest for a while.
I'm out
Yeah.
of time.
This has been a good raw conversation. I've enjoyed it. So
lovely.
I hope you guys enjoyed the first official start to season 2.
So
And we'll
like,
catch you.
oh sorry,
Sorry, no, you
Yeah,
go
oh,
for it.
it's like-
Go,
yeah,
Yeah.
Is it okay?
go for it.
Alright.
Hit it.
Like, comment, and subscribe. All of that.
And we'll catch you in the next one. You know how you